Hello everyone, meteorologist Chad Evans here with a look at your daily weather forecast video, sponsored always by Trent Johnson State Farm. Trent is myagent.com. It was a chilly morning, just a few patches of frost though. What really helped save us was a little bit of a breeze and also some cloudiness in parts of the area. So the low was 37 at the Frankfurt Airport, the Purdue Airport 37. We dropped to 34 though at Round Grove, 35 Logansport, 34 up here at Medaryville, and all the way down to 35 down at Zionsville, Lebanon, and Sheridan, and a 37 down here at Covington. Now right now we're running in the upper 40s to mid 50s. It's cool, but it's not terrible. We got the sun out, beautiful cumulus-filled sky, and a deep blue sky at that from Francisville and Camden. With the breeze, though, makes it feel a hair cooler. But with that breeze tonight diminishing, we will see better potential of getting some frost, and there will be a freeze for part of the area. But I'll tell you what's going to save us from really bottoming out to say, like, 26, 27, 28 widespread is the clouds. There will be some lake effect clouds, and we've got high and mid-level clouds coming in from the northwest. We'll show you that in a second, but regardless, still some frost and freezing. We'll talk about who's going to be the coldest tonight in a sec. But it does get warmer, and we've got more showers and thunderstorms ahead, severe weather risk, some heavy rainfall, and yes, the 80s will return as well with more humid weather, and then after a period of more sustained dryness, it gets wet and stormy again as we end April and move into early May. This has been a wet regime. Some places have had more than 8 inches of rain over about the past 2.5 to 3 weeks. Rivers, a lot of them are still running near, if not above flood stage, but everyone has crested, and creeks are still running pretty high as well. We really needed this though to get the water tables back up and get our hydrology, our water levels in area ponds, lakes, and streams a little closer to normal for the time of year. Now, tonight, the colder weather. So watch this. This goes now to tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. This is a projection of the clouds. Look right here. See this grayness, this blotchy grayness? Well, those are our cumulus clouds today. They tend to burn off somewhat this evening, but look what happens overnight and into very early tomorrow morning. Right here, there are some lake effect clouds. You can see them kind of coming into our northwest counties, and we have a few of them from Morocco, Medaryville, Fowler, all the way down to Covington early tomorrow morning, coming off Lake Michigan. At the same time, we've got high and mid-level clouds coming in from the west and the northwest. If you look closely, who has the least amount of cloudiness late tonight and early tomorrow morning? Well, it is our eastern and southeastern counties. So the thought process here is that our eastern and southeastern counties are probably going to be the coldest tonight, and we'll have the greatest amount of frost. As you go west and northwest, where we do have some cloudiness, especially closer to Lake Michigan, so this will prevent it from getting as cold and may prevent more in the way of the heavy frost. Still frost and freezing much of the area, but know as you go west and northwest, some cloudiness will help us a little bit. So that said, 29 at Greater Lafayette. I went for 33 Wheatfield with some lake effect clouds, Morocco 32, Remington 32, Fowler 32, 31 Pine Village, 30 Cayuga, 29 Lafayette. Look who's coldest though, where we don't have the cloudiness. It's 27 at Frankfurt, Kokomo, 27 Tipton, 27 at Lebanon, and 27 up here at Rochester. So this area over here will have the greatest threat of a harder freeze coming up tonight. Now the native vegetation will be fine. If you have very sensitive things out, like tomatoes or peppers, maybe you got out a hair early, those would be killed or damaged by the frost and freezing. Now we look to tomorrow morning, and also one thing I do want to know, orchards. The only thing this freeze will do is maybe thin a few blossoms out. If you've got cherries or apples blooming, a lot of the plums took a huge hit with that hard freeze back in March. So plums, I'm hearing some places plums were wiped out by 90%. But you may have a few peach blossoms thin just a hair in areas that drop into the upper 20s. If it's 32, you'll be okay. 31, if it's 27 at your orchard, you get a few blossoms thinned out if they're in bloom. Tomorrow, winds kick up a little bit, 25 to 30 from the northeast. It's a pretty cool day. Sunshine, some clouds around though. 44 Rochester, 50 Cayuga, 46 at Flora and Monticello. So a definite chill in the air tomorrow, though the clouds, or the sun will be nice mixed with some of the clouds. The thing about tomorrow night is the wind is south. So that means we don't have a big frost issue tomorrow night. We're going to be about 33 to about 37 for lows. And then it's a 67 on Wednesday with a strong south wind blowing. Sunshine, some high and mid-level clouds around, 64 Wheatfield, 63 Rochester, 67 from the battleground area all the way down to Romney and Crawfordsville, 70 Cayuga, and 66 at Frankfort, all the way to Kempton and Tipton. This is Thursday through April the 14th. So we go Thursday, we go through the weekend, and we go into early next week. So first things first, on Thursday, it will be a warmer, windy day, but there will be a clipper type system coming in with a few thunder showers. Then a little system comes in Friday with some scattered showers, thunder showers in the afternoon. On Saturday, there's a question as to where the front's going to set up. If the front is south of us, Saturday will be a dry and cooler day. If the front is a little farther north, one, it may be warmer, and we may have to keep some scattered thunderstorms in the forecast. That's the big question right now. Regardless of that, the front goes back northward. So again, there's your clipper, there's your system on Friday, there's Saturday. Winds are strong out of the south, and then we see showers and thunderstorms come back in for Sunday and Monday. And with that, the risk of some severe weather. So to kind of rehash that once again, because I kind of breezed through it pretty quickly, there is a clipper that zips through with a few thunder showers late Thursday. We have a little system come through with some thunder showers Friday. Saturday, I kept the risk of a couple isolated thunder showers around, depending on where the front is located. But then Sunday and Monday, there are two main big storm systems that come through. There may be a third on Tuesday, we'll wait and see, but they bring at least 2 rounds of rain and thunderstorms around afternoon, evening on both days. And on both days, look what happens. We will likely get some slight risk for severe weather in. I think if we're going to get enhanced risk, it's going to mainly be Kansas to Texas. We'll wait and see if we can get that high of a risk. But right now, the parameters suggest slight risk Sunday and into Monday, perhaps for severe weather, and we'll watch Tuesday. And then it gets cooler after that. We get some more frost. It's dry for several days, but then end of April, early May, it gets active again. It gets wet once again. So after a little planting window for farmers, it gets wetter and stormy end of April to early May. And you can see the severe weather really ramping up in the plains, and we get in on more severe weather during that time frame as two big bowling ball upper troughs that are negatively tilted push northeastward. Good setup for a violent outbreak from Nebraska to Texas, and we get in on the leftovers. Probably 2 or 3 rounds of storms for our area. So the wet weather pattern keeps going on to the midpoint of April, which is next week. Then it gets drier, below normal rainfall for about a week and a half, maybe up to 2 weeks. And then it gets wet and stormy again, end of April to early May. Your 7-day outlook, we'll start with first, 67 Wednesday. There's the 73 on Thursday, windy and a few thunder showers in the PM. And then some scattered showers, thunder showers in the PM Friday with 72. Now Saturday, I kept 20% coverage of thunder showers. If the front is south of us, it's dry and we're in the 60s. If it's close enough, it'll be 70 with a couple thunder showers. If it's north of us, we'll be bathed in 80s. There's some question as to where exactly the front is going to stall, but I kept it 70 after a 47 in the morning. No doubt the front goes north on Sunday, so it's warm, it's humid. We've got severe weather risk late in the day. We've got severe weather risk after a lull late in the day Monday. Warm, humid, 84. Tuesday, I have the front going south and it cooler. If the front slows down and we have a third system, it will be in the 80s Tuesday. So there's some question about how Tuesday will evolve. But no doubt it will get cooler after that. We'll get some frost. It gets drier. And then we get, again, more active end of April to early May.